Hey, Jenny, grabbing a lifeline?
You know it. This new project is incredibly tiring. I was up until midnight trying to finalize the user stories for the next sprint.
Tell me about it. I feel completely tired just looking at my test plan. I spent all morning trying to understand the data flow. That documentation is so confusing.
You're not the only one. I think half the team is confused about the user authentication module. The requirements are buried in 3 different documents. I had to ask Mark for help just to find the right login credentials for the dev environment.
It's a challenge, for sure. Still, I will say the client's business model is quite interesting. It's a much more complex problem than we usually get to work on.
I agree. I'm actually really interested in seeing how this system will solve their logistics problems once we get past this initial chaos.
Me too. It's just the little roadblocks that are so annoying. The test server was down for an hour this morning, right when I was in the middle of a critical test case.
That's the worst. I can imagine you were getting really annoyed. There's nothing worse for breaking your focus. It's funny though, as challenging as this is, it feels so different from our last project.
I was just thinking the same thing. For starters, this project is just so much bigger than the last one. The scope is massive. I think there are twice as many features.
Absolutely. And the timeline is much longer, which is a relief. We actually have time to do things properly. Do you find the work itself more difficult?
That's a good question. The new cloud technology is definitely more difficult to work with, but the project goals are much clearer. That makes the work feel more interesting than just running the same old regression tests over and over again. Honestly, this experience is so much better than the Phoenix project. Don't even say that name. The planning on this project is infinitely better. Remember the chaos on Phoenix? That was so much worse. How could I forget? The communication was non-existent. The project manager would send out new requirements documents every week with no change logs, so we were constantly testing the wrong thing. It was impossible to keep up. Exactly. And don't forget the budget. I heard the new automation software they bought for us was more expensive than our entire testing budget last year. It's a good sign that they're investing properly in quality. It really is. It makes you think about this company in general, not just the project. How do you find it here compared to your old job at TechCorp?
Oh, it's a huge improvement here. The hours are longer, I won't lie, but the work is more engaging and I have a much better salary, so it feels worth it. The last place had worse overtime pay. Staying late there just felt like I was losing money and time.
That makes a huge difference. I was so surprised when I got my first paycheck here. And did you see the announcement about the annual bonus? It's going to be a bigger bonus than I've ever had.
I saw that. I'm pretty excited about it. But beyond the money, I just feel like the teams here are more efficient. We actually get things done.
What do you mean?
Well, here we have daily stand-ups and a clear ticketing system. At TechCorp, we spent half our time in pointless meetings trying to figure out who was supposed to be doing what. The company feels more successful because we're not wasting time.
I completely agree. And the people are so much friendlier. At my last job, everyone kept to themselves. Here, it feels like a real team. Plus, for me, having a shorter commute has been life-changing. I save almost an hour every day.
That's amazing. It sounds like we both made a good move. All things considered, I'm much happier here.
Me too. Even on a tiring day like today, I feel really satisfied with my job. It's challenging, but it's the right kind of challenge, you know?
Exactly. Well, my coffee is finished, which is my cue to get back to those requirement documents. They won't read themselves.
Good point. I need to go see if that server is behaving itself now. It was good to chat.
You too, Rachel. Let's catch up again soon.